Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, let's do a walk around and tour of the 2023 Kia Sportage X Pro. The X Pro was an all-new trim level that was introduced for the 2023 model year, and essentially what that means is that you do have off-road capability now with the Sportage, which is pretty nice to see, and it's kind of cool to have. Now, with that being said, other than that, you do get a very nice setup as far as the interior is concerned. You do get two fully digital clusters, one being for the infotainment system, one being for the instrument cluster itself, and overall, this is a very nice, well-packaged SUV. With that being said, a huge thank you to Brandon Thomas Mitsubishi, which is a part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's check it out. As you can see on the Kia keys, as you can tell, they look very nice, and it is in the shape of a detonator, as you can tell, and it looks pretty cool. You're going to have your buttons right here, as well as your remote start function here. You're going to have your lock, unlock, your panic alarm button here, and then you're going to have your remote start function right here. To remote start the Sportage, just make sure the vehicle is locked, and push down and hold the remote start button, and the engine will start right up. After a few minutes or so, go ahead and click it again, and it'll shut itself off from there. Starting off here in the front of the vehicle, as you can see, you have Kia's Tiger Nose grille, which on this particular model looks very nice. You do have your Kia badge right here, which is very, very unique. And of course, overall, it does look pretty aggressive. You do have your standard LED daytime running lights with LED headlamps. Checking out the wheels and tires on this one, we're taking a look at a set of Kumho Kujin tires, and these are on 19-inch wheels. These measure 235, 55 R19s all the way around. Coming over to the door, this vehicle does have a smart key access system, allowing for easy access to the exterior as well as the interior. By having the key fob in your pocket, just put your hand right here at this button, tap it once, two beeps will indicate unlocking, thus make it easier to jump on inside. And then when you're done, tap the button again, and one beep will indicate that the vehicle's locked. The exterior color of this one is finished off in jungle green, with the ebony premium cloth interior. Come over to the door panels, you can see you're going to have some soft injection molded plastic on top. However, you do have some softer material down at the bottom. You have an aluminum door handle. You're going to have your power mirror controls, your power locks, your power windows, as well as your child window lock here. You do have a good storage pocket here, followed by an area for a small cup holder. Along with that smart key access system, the Kia Sportage does come standard with push button ignition. By having the key fob in your pocket or within the vehicle, just simply put your foot on the brake and hit the button to go. Very nice. The Kia Sportage does come standard with a fully leather wrapped rack and pinion power steering wheel with controls here on the left as well as on the right sides. Left is going to house your hands-free voice as well as telephone, a favorites button, as well as a mode button, and your volume button for your audio. To the right, you're going to have your cruise control settings here, your lane departure warning button, as well as your pages right on top of here. Coming up here, we're taking a look at a fully digital instrument cluster, and it does look really nice. To the left, you have your speedometer. To the right, you have your tachometer, and right in the middle is your driver information system, which displays your gear selector, your miles empty as far as your range. Down at the bottom, you're going to have your auto start function, your seatbelt reminder, followed by your speed limiter, exterior temperature, as well as this vehicle's current odometer reading. By cycling through, we can change what we see on the screen via the steering wheel, and as you can see, you're going to have your picture of the vehicle there, followed by your attention level. Since the vehicle is last refueled, driver information, accumulated information, as well as how long the auto stop function was used for, a compass, and then back to your main screen here. Coming over here to the right, we're taking a look at a 12.3-inch instrument cluster, and as you can see, it's very nicely detailed. And this is kind of the new thing that Hyundais and Kias have been doing for the last couple of years now, which is why they're always on top of the pack when it comes on to technology. Now, as you can see, it's going to display your current time, your audio, and the day of the week. As you can see there, side to sit in here, you're going to have all your different settings and everything, which includes your map, navigation, phone projection, voice memo, climate, valet mode, quiet mode, HD radio data, radio, media, as well as your setup. Follow that up with Kia Connect, notifications, and your user's manual. So starting things off here in this space, this is where we're going to be taking a look at a couple of different features that come with the vehicle, and then setup over here is going to be its own thing, as that goes into more detail about specifically what comes with the vehicle that you can change and all that stuff. So starting off here, for example, with your map, as you can see, is going to show you a picture of your navigation system, which, as you can tell, looks very, very nice and pretty intuitive. You're going to have your functions over here, which includes your home button, your compass, your voice activation navigation system, as well as your zoom in functions, your navigation menus right here, and you can search destinations via the little search logo right there. Coming to your navigation menu, this was going to give you things such as your search, nearby points of interest, previous destinations, safe places, Kia dealerships, edit route options, traffic, and all of that stuff. And of course, you can save your home and work addresses plus 3 other favorites. You have your phone, which of course you can pair a phone to the Bluetooth system or connect to the Bluetooth system via the vehicles, if that makes any sense. So if a phone's already connected, you just connect the phone to the vehicle, or if you're pairing it for the first time, you just have to follow the steps of how to do that within the vehicle itself. Phone projection is going to be for your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Voice memo is going to allow you to record your voice. Climate control is where you can adjust your climate functions here. As you can see, you can adjust the dual zone climate controls, your fan speed, fan positioning, and of course you have different climate settings, which includes your automatic dehumidify, defog/defrost, auto defog, and then for your recirculating air include, which as you can see here says activate upon washer fluid use, as well as activate upon entering tunnels. Coming over to your valet mode, this is where you'll be able to lock up certain functions of the vehicle, and so that way a valet does not get inside of it. And of course, it requires a code. You would be able to enter that code and again disable it once you're done using it. Quiet mode is going to be for those who have small children who are going to be, let's say you're coming back from a long trip and you want really not much distraction, so that way your kids, or if you have young children, they can sleep in the back very comfortably without having to worry about any noise that will make them end up crying and such. So to me, that's very cool to have, and I'm glad that Kia is thinking of that. Now, HD radio data is very interesting. As you can see when you click on that, you're going to have traffic, HD Doppler radar, as well as your fuel prices. Coming down to your radio, that's going to be for your audio system, which we will do that right now. Sorry about that, guys. I had to take a phone call. But coming over to your audio system, your radio, this is where you'll be able to see what's playing on the radio. It's showing the name of the station, what's playing, and of course you have your station list right next to that, which is going to include stations from FM, AM, as well as Sirius XM satellite radio. Overall, it's a very nice presentation, and it does look pretty good. You also have your seat track functions here. Come over to your media. This is where we'll be able to not only view all the different sorts of media, but of course you have FM, AM radio, Sirius XM radio, Bluetooth audio, Sounds of Nature, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, coming to Sounds of Nature, this is a Hyundai and Kia staple that they've been using for a couple years now. It's essentially a mood booster. It's essentially a theme to help you get into a more happier, satisfying mood. And as you can see, you have your different themes right here. On a sailing ship. Let's try Experience the Universe. And let's try Moment of Meditation. Well, it sounds really calm and very peaceful in here, so we're going to leave it on that for now. We'll continue the tour of the infotainment system of the vehicle. Going over now to your setup, this is going to be a separate list of things that you can enable, disable, and change and make your own. As you can see here, you have things such as vehicle, navigation, sound, device connections, user profile, voice recognition, screen layout, display, button, data network, as well as your general settings. Starting off with your vehicle settings, it's going to show settings that come in the vehicle, which includes your driver assistance. You have your forward safety, driver attention warning, speed limiter, lane safety, parking safety, as well as your blind spot safety. You have your cluster settings, which includes your illumination, your cluster theme, as well as content selection, which includes your welcome sound. You have your climate settings here, which includes recirculating air, automatic ventilation, as well as defog/defrost options. Your lights, of course, is going to allow you to customize your light settings, which includes your one-touch turn signal, as well as your welcome light, whichever one you want to choose, of course, headlight delay, high beam assist, and then your door settings. That's going to be for your auto lock, auto unlock, as well as when you enable shift to park, you can do the 2-press unlock, and of course you have remote window control. Coming over here to your navigation settings or setup, as you can see, you have your vehicle speed. Select to always show the vehicle speed on the map screen. Display traffic info, displays nearby traffic information in 2D and 3D map views. Show traffic colors, show points of interest icons, as well as your fuel prices. Your guidance, which includes route avoid options, set type of guide distance, guidance location, border crossing information, as you can see. Any alerts. Your map settings, which includes font, the different modes, daytime map color, as well as vehicle symbol color and your map auto scale. And navigation auto features, which includes your previous destinations, where you can auto recenter the map, or you can go to user data. Come over to sound settings here. You'll be able to adjust the premium sound, as you can see here. It says speed dependent volume control, moderate change. If you go to that, you can do a small change, a large change, or you can have it completely off. It says automatically adjust audio volume according to the vehicle speed. You have your positioning here, which of course you can move this around to kind of go to the different quadrants. You also have your fader and balance here. You have your tone, which you can adjust your treble, mid-range, and bass. Your guidance, which includes your guidance volumes, as well as a navigation alert. And your radio noise, which includes your original sound, which allows full signal sound while reducing background noise. Minimal noise reduction balances original sound with some reduced background noise. Or max noise reduction, which shows maximum reduction of background noise. You also have driver assistance, as you can see. That's going to deal with your warning volume, as well as connected devices for your Android Auto, as well as Apple CarPlay. Next thing we'll go to and check out is going to be your general settings. That's going to be your software updates, as well as information, system information, date and time, language, your keyboard, units of measurement, media options, as well as to do a factory reset. And then everything else is pretty self-explanatory. This is where you'll have your user profile information. Voice recognition is going to allow you to record your voice. Screen layout is going to allow you to change the theme of the screen. Your display, when we click on that, is going to allow you to adjust the illumination, blue light filter, as well as your camera settings. So overall, the infotainment system here in the Kia Sportage X Pro is pretty nice and well detailed, and the setup portion itself is pretty good as well. So with that being said, we're going to have to unfortunately turn off the sounds of music, since we are going to go back to our radio. And so let's continue the tour. Coming down here, as you can see, I have your fans, as well as your hazard light button. Coming down here is going to be a cool thing, because not only do you have your standard stuff here for your standard controls, but you also have your climate controls right underneath there, as you can see. Here you're going to have your volume knob and tuning knobs over there. You have your front and rear defrost, auto climate, recycling. You have map, navigation, favorites, seek track, radio, media, and setup. And when you click on this, This turns down into your climate control system, which of course you can adjust your dual zone climate, fan speed, as well as your fan positioning. Below that, you have a key wireless charging pad right here, which you can wirelessly charge your device. You do have a 12-volt outlet here, as you can see. You have a USB port next to that. You have a USB-C port on the far right. And this is your key charging indicator letting you know that the device is in the system. As you can see here, you do have an 8-speed automatic transmission. Put into reverse, you do get a nice backup camera with guidance lines, and they do adjust as you turn the wheel. And then right here is going to be for your camera settings. To the right of that, you're going to have your heated seats. You're going to have 2 cup holders, and as well as your shortcut buttons here. Hill descent control, auto hold, your auto start stop function, your camera, your parking sensors, and then your drive mode selector with your as well as your all-wheel drive lock. Coming to your drive mode selector, and when you click on it, you're going to have a couple of different modes, which include snow, normal, sport, and smart. And as you can see, for each theme, the gauge does change up a little bit. And coming over here to your glove compartment, you have plenty of storage space inside. The seats here in the X Pro are very nice and comfortable. I do like the quilted materials coming all the way down. So as you can see, it is a premium cloth, or excuse me, a premium leather seating material. And you do have the perforations alongside with those quilted materials, and it does look nice. You also have side bolsters here, which look pretty good. And overall, it does a pretty nice job. All right, guys, I do apologize again. I have to take a phone call. Come over here to your glove box. It is dampened to a degree, as well as you have a good amount of storage space. Coming up on top of here, as you can see, you do have your mirror. You do have your controls here for overhead lights, as well as for your Kia Connect, as well as your roadside assistance. You do have a visor here with a small mirror inside. And over to your left, you're going to have your gauge dimmer switch here, traction control off, and your electronic parking brake. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and continue the tour of the 2023 Kia Sportage X Pro. Coming into the back, materials do follow through in this one, and as you can see, it looks really nice. The quilted materials look very, very presentable in the back of this one here as well. You're going to have 2 seat pockets, one on this side and one on that side. You have your rear air vents here, your grocery bag hooks on both sides, and also a Kia staple. You have your USB ports on the side of the seats, so you have one here and you have one here, and below that you have a little storage cubby. Follow that up here with a pad armrest with 2 cup holders. Fuel tank. Coming to the back, the Kia Sportage does come standard with LED taillights. You have your Kia badge here, Sportage, followed by X-Line, as you can see. Coming into the cargo area of the Kia Sportage, it's quite plentiful when it comes down to storage space, and overall does a pretty nice job. As you can see with the space that you're looking at right now, you're looking at just over 39 cubic feet of space, which is more than enough room for a not mid-size, but rather a compact crossover SUV, which is very nice. And if you were to fold down the second row of seats, which you can do here, that will increase cargo space to 75 cubic feet of space, making this one of the more average cargo spaces here in the lineup. And overall does a pretty good job of that. And you can fold down the seats via these 2 little tabs here. You have one on this side and you have one on that side. And then underneath here, you have your spare tire. One last thing I'll mention is that you have your rear parking sensors here at the bottom. You do have piano black mirror covers with LED turn signals on them. Under the hood of the Kia Sportage, we're taking a look at Kia's 2.5-liter gasoline direct injection Smart Stream 4-cylinder engine. It produces 187 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. It's going to be made to that 8-speed automatic transmission, and this one is all-wheel drive. All right, guys, so sitting back in the Kia Sportage X Pro or X-Line. This is a really nice looking SUV. It's where it needs to be. It gets great fuel economy. It gets decent numbers. You have a lot of great technology in here, a lot of great safety features, and overall, it's just a well-rounded package. So if you're looking for something a little bit more rugged without going to like a Prestige or something like that, which is just basically an aesthetics package, the X Pro or X-Line is the way to go, specifically because you do get all-wheel drive standard and you do get some off-road capability. With that being said, guys, it's going to wrap it up here for the 2023 Kia Sportage X-Line, finished off here in jungle green with the black leather interior. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.